This is the last question that I'm going to be covering, and that question is the following. You don't need to write it down word for word, but you do need to write it down. And that is Shaq versus LBJ. And I show this in all my classes because at one time it was a real good question because it talked about comparing apples and oranges, comparing presidents' heights to basketball players' heights. And the question asked, who is relatively taller? Now, any redneck with 3 teeth in their head will tell you that Shaq is taller than LBJ, okay? Although LBJ was tied with Abraham Lincoln as being the tallest president, okay? So, what does that mean? That means you got to compare apples to oranges. And the way you do that is with a z-score. That's why I showed you the z-score formula the other day. And I did not bring in so I'll just draw it. I'm not going to take the time to pull it in. So let's draw the empirical rule. By now you should know it since we've drawn it about 10 times. That don't look right. And it's not right. Because, Skype, you can't see what I just drew, can you? Skype people, are you there? Okay, now let me try to draw it. That's better. I can tell when the projector, see, I can teach with a projector even if I don't have a computer. The Epson projector has a whiteboard like this inside it. This one that I'm using is on the computer. So that's how I record this desktop, and that's what you see. You understand? If that computer wasn't here, I could still draw, but you wouldn't be able to see it. I'll shut up. Be quiet. Why are you going to fail this class? All right, so you put your 0, 1, 2, 3, and -1, -2, -3. Now, why did I put those numbers? Because z-scores are from -infinity to +infinity, and with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. That's general, okay? We'll get into that later. Mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. That's with z-scores, standard z-scores. So, I need to change LBJ into a z-score, and I need to change Shaq into a z-score. So, since LBJ was a Democrat, I'm going to use blue. So, Z sub LBJ is equal to, what's his height? 75 minus, I'm looking for the, thank you, 71.5 over 2.1. Now take your handy dandy calculators out and calculate that z-score. Oh my gosh. 1.6. Let's see that. Oh my gosh. Here's the one. She did it. You didn't have to draw it, did you? It's nice, isn't it? You're the one. Good job. 29 others are like, I ain't gonna do that.
Amen.
So you can moan and complain in chapter 7, right? What do you get? Round it to 2 digits, please.
1.67.
Huh?
1.67.
Not like you did it in the last class. 1.67. 1.5. 1.75. So 1.67, we'll just put it in the middle of those two. And that is LBJ's z-score of 1.67. Now let's do Shaq. He was with the Lakers. So we'll do as close to that purple we can
You said
get.
Lakers?
Yeah. When he went to the Lakers?
Well, on there.
Well, it says Lakers.
Oh, that was like when he first came out of LSU. He was only with them like, what, a year?
Yeah.
All right, so Shaq Z-score for Shaq will be, he's like 100 inches, right? 85 inches? 85 minus 80 over 3.3.
Yeah.
And somebody crank that out. 1.51. And that one is right there. 1.51 is right there. Now with Z-scores, remember, what is this? This is unusual, and this is outlier. Everybody with me? This is unusual, and this is outlier. The closer you are with Z-scores to those two, the more ER you are. In this case, what is the ER? Taller. So who's relatively taller? Who's relatively taller? Who's closer to the unusual? LBJ is relatively taller. What does that mean? Well, that means, what is the requirements for being president? You only have to be, is it 35? 35 years old and a natural born citizen and not have a criminal felony record. Okay? Pretty much. Good standing United States citizen. Anybody in this room can run for president of the United States when you turn 35 years old and you are a natural born citizen. That's what we call freedom of the United States. Just like you have the freedom to vote for whoever you want to. Please educate yourself, please. Okay? Please don't vote if you don't know what day to vote, okay? Please don't vote if you don't know who the person you're voting for is. Please don't do that. But if you do vote, please educate yourself. Just like if you want to run for county council or city council, or if you want to run for, that's your freedom. Don't let anybody hinder you on those two things, okay? All right. So there's no requirement for being tall. How tall was James Madison? 5'4". He was 5'4". And he was president of the United States. How tall was FDR? You don't know because he was in a what? He was in a wheelchair. Technically, he was not tall enough because he should have been standing up. Tell that to the governor of Texas. What is he in? He's in a wheelchair. So there's no requirement for president of the United States except for three things. Natural born citizen, age, and of course, we're not going to hire a murderer or somebody that, killed somebody. We're not going to do that. But you got to have three things. Good standing United States citizen. All right? What is the requirements for being a basketball player? You got to run. You got to be able to dribble. You got to be able to shoot. I'm not going to say good standing because we have criminals in the NBA and the NFL. So I'm not going to say that. But the whole point is height a requirement? No. Spud Webb was 5'5", and he could dunk a basketball. Yeah, who said that? Okay. Not many people know Spud Webb. I'm just surprised that he played with Michael Jordan, I believe, at North Carolina, didn't he? And he went in and played for the Atlanta Hawks, and he was 5'5". So it's not. But what is it in the basketball world if you're tall? It's not a requirement. It's an advantage. So who's the big fish in the little pond, and who's the little fish in the big pond? Well, LBJ is the big fish in the little pond because he's tall. He's the tallest, but there's no requirement or advantage to be tall to be what? President. So he's a big fish in a little pond. Whereas Shaq, even though it's hard to fit Shaq with little, okay, he's the little fish in the big pond because everybody in the NBA is above or around 6'7". That's the average for the NBA. So that's why you've got to put the word relatively. Because everybody in this room would say Shaq is taller, right? But you put relatively in front of it and it changes the whole question. And that's how you use Z-scores to compare each other. The further it is out, the more ER you are. Capiche? Now let's look at the test. So we're going to pull up the handy dandy test, and we're going to show you the test. And guess what will show up when you pull that test up? Lord, it's a miracle. You know what's going to show up? I'll show you. Let's go to, where's y'all's assignment? Where's assignment? Oh, quizzes and tests. In one course, it's called assignments. In this course, it's called quizzes and tests. Well,
Not secure.
really? Okay, whatever. Just there. Oh my gosh, look at there. What does that say? It's due on the what?
12.
And it's due at midnight. I have to do 11:59 p.m. because if I put 12 a.m., y'all would use the excuse, oh, I thought it was due at lunchtime, blah, 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 the next day or something. So I quit using 12 a.m. because y'all used it as an excuse. So I use 11:59 p.m. because y'all see that 11:59 p.m. and y'all say, okay, the news is on and it's dark outside. So that's why I do that, okay? And look, it tells you how many minutes you got. How many minutes am I supposed to give y'all for a test? 50 minutes is what I'm supposed to give y'all for a test. So I give y'all an extra what? 40 minutes. And I've been doing that for 15 years. Why? Takes care of what?
Excuse.
Your excuse. I give you 3 chances. Takes the higher of the 3. What does that take care of? The dog ate your house? Or lightning struck my computer? Or I took a test during a lightning storm and all that crap that y'all use. So it's a miracle. Look at there. Ain't that nice? Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you something else. Another trick I learned in the war. Whenever I assign the test, guess what I also assign? I assign the homework. Look at there. That's the way it is on each unit. So when we get to Unit 2, I will pull up the Unit 2 test, and I'll give it a date, and I'll give your homework a date. And usually I'll give you a hint. I usually give you the next class period to ask questions on past homework. So that means your homework is due when? Monday, which is your next what? I thought we were meeting Friday. What'd I tell y'all? No class Friday. So y'all got the whole weekend to do your test and your homework, and you still got some next week to do your test. Will somebody still miss it?
Yeah.
Yep. No, you won't. You're not that bad. Okay, so let's go back to the test, and I'll pull it up. Now, is this test going to be the same exact test that you're going to get? No. Because I got it pulling for different questions. So don't think, don't insult my intelligence by thinking that I'm that stupid. Okay? All right. So here we go. Preview. I do the preview so that way we can check the answers as we go. Look there. An insurance company crashed 4 cars in succession at 5 miles an hour. The cost of the repair for each of the 4 crashes was blah, 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 blah. Compute the range, sample variance. We're just going to do the whole thing. Go to it. There's your 4 numbers. Go to it. Now, you don't do the 5-number summary with 4 numbers. And you don't need to draw the curve. All you need is the range, the variance, and the standard deviation. So go to it. I'll put these in the Excel spreadsheet so you can see it better. And I'll put them in order for you. How about that? You're welcome. Yeah, I know I'm nice. There you go. Mean, median, mode, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Now I'm going to go ahead and do it. You work on your own, and then you can check with my answers. Fair enough? Me caveman. Me cave woman. I don't talk, I mumble.
I was stop going to class.
Good. That way you can complain to my boss and say that I ran you out of class because I offended you. And she'll say, again? Now you're welcome to use your calculator if you want to. Okay, that's what I got. Somebody check on your calculator and tell me if I got the mean and the standard deviation correct. Because if I got that correct, that'd be the X bar and SX. So if you're using your calculator, tell me if I got those two correct. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll just check it right here and just say auto sum. No, I'll just check it myself because y'all won't communicate with me, so. Thank you, I appreciate it. Standard deviation of these four numbers, enter, enter. Yep. I'm going to carry my numbers to the third. I would suggest that with y'all, because it usually is going to ask you to, it's usually going to ask you to round to the first or the second decimal point, usually. So somebody write those numbers down, because I'm going to go and I'm not going to remember them and I'm going to get it wrong. And I think they wanted, what did they want? I know they wanted the variance and standard deviation, but what else did they want? The mean? The range? Okay, so 237, 11, 391, and 107, 106.73. Make sure you write those down. I'm going to go to my handy dandy test. And what was the range? All I heard was 3 or 4 people mumbling.
237.
Thank you. I heard that. You sure you don't want to get in on that mumbling, Miss Alexander?
I can't hear you.
Okay. Round to the nearest whole number. So round the standard deviation, that's that 1100 number. Just round it up to the nearest whole number.
107.
I'm sorry, what?
107.
Is it 107?
Yes.
And what's the standard deviation to the nearest 2 decimal points? That's all right. I'll look it up. 106.73. Thank y'all for nothing. 106.73. Y'all suck. All right, check answer. And it don't like something. I'm not going to worry about it. because it's a rounding thing. We'll check it. Somebody write down. Is this number 1?
Don't you gotta square it?
Well, I asked for the variance, and y'all said, I said 1100, and y'all gave me the standard deviation. Y'all can't freaking understand English. Y'all disappointment. What is it? 1100 and what?
391.
Thank you. Tell you 1100 and y'all say 107. Look there. Next. The only one with United States in front of it. Somebody will get that wrong. In your grade book, if you find after the final grade, what do you punch in grade book at the end of the semester after you've done all your assignments and want to know your grade? Well, they don't do that anymore. Now it defaults to overall grade because there was too many DAs asking, how do we find our final grade? So now MyLabs Plus has defaulted to overall grade, and you have to hit show calculation to show how it's calculated. These are questions. Some of these questions come from the handout, but most of these questions come from DA questions at the end of the semester. If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts a 0 in for that grade, what will that 0 do to your grade? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, all right, whatever. Click. All right, let's do the 5-number summary on this one. I'll put it in the Excel spreadsheet, and you can do it on your own. I don't know why it's doing that, but so there we go, and I will make them bigger so y'all won't complain. I can't see. There you go. I'll put them in order for you. You're welcome. Got one thank you. You're welcome. Now, you do not have to do mean, median, and mode and all that stuff. Just do the 5-number summary, which means you got to find the median first. So, how many are there? There's 15. Good. Boop. There's your dang old median. So, men, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and max. Now I'm going to do the max and min for y'all. I'll calculate that. Better color it so everybody knows where it comes from. The things I do for y'all. Oh, we're going to have faculty staff work day on the 16th or the 18th, and we're going to spend a half a day, 4 hours, looking at posters. Does anybody want to guess how much time we're going to spend in technology in the classroom?
1 hour.
1 hour. I get fussed at every time because I don't go to the posters.
Do you mean poster like literally?
Yeah, we go to a room and we walk around and look at the posters that other teachers have done for their classrooms and other teachers have asked their students to do in the class.
Don't get them started.
We've spent a whole day up there making posters. I'll let you fill in the blank. Because posters do not involve technology, and anything that doesn't involve technology, people thrive on here at Tri-County Tech. No, shut up, Hubert. Verde, dang old Verde. There we go. And I'll even do the median for you. Now you got to find the first quartile and the second quartile. And all you got to do is put your little dot wherever your median is. And how many numbers are above that?
Gmail.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How do you find the median of 7 numbers?
Middle.
You pick the middle. So I'm going to pick the middle, which will be that one right there. This is so frustrating. It's like going 2 steps back, 5 steps forward, and 20 steps back. Okay, gray. We'll color that one gray. And that's equal to that number. All right, and down here, it's going to be 67. And I'll color that dang old aqua. Do you ever see a certain color and you have flashbacks?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you. Every time I see that aqua, I think about my high school ring that I lost one day after I got it. I was busting beaver dams on the farm. This in Hartwell Lake by now, I'm sure. So.
Somebody probably gonna call that.
Oh yeah. But it had, and I don't know why I chose aquamarine, because December, I don't even know what my birthstone is. What's my birthstone? December. Somebody looked that up. I don't know. Is it wood?
Mine's
sorry.
aquamarine.
I don't really care.
Well, I told you.
It isn't all about you, okay? What's December's birthstone?
Turquoise.
Well, maybe that's why I thought that was turquoise. Maybe that's what I thought. Turquoise is about that color, so I guess I did pick it. Oh well. Aquamarine has a little bit more blue in it than turquoise. Turquoise is a little bit more green. Dang old birthday. All right, I want y'all to draw the number line and draw the box plot. What'd you say? I'm sorry, I thought you said something. It's just all she ever does. She's going to go to her first job interview. It's going to be, why do you want to...
I have a job.
Okay, I'm talking about real job. Unlike Bernie followers, real job means you're on a salary. And it means you have a degree or a certificate, and you actually make a living with benefits and things like that.
I did that.
What? Being a 107-year-old cashier is not a career. I don't know what you do at Publix. What do you do at Publix? Oh, are you? I didn't know. I thought you worked in the meat department or something.
We do have to bag. Like, if you cashier, sometimes you have to bag. I have to bag a lot because I always have to do floor care. You know.
I started there.
You started Publix?
I work at the bakery now because I don't like the front.
I like the front.
I like bakery.
When I was at Walmart, I worked.
We don't care.
I worked in automotive and sporting goods because they didn't want me up front. They did not want me. I was not customer service material.
You read them at Walmart outfit today.
I don't like that.
Shut up.
Leave me alone. Now you want to start?
Yeah.
You're broken down old laptop.
What?
Broken laptop.
That's
Never
what's-
works.
He's gonna drop.
It
dead
does
on
work
that
too.
Yeah, whatever. 41 goes here. 69 goes here. You're gonna die of diabetes. All right. And what is our mid-range? Somebody find our mid-range. 69 plus 41, dang old 110, 55. Somebody check it for me.
Yep.
55, that's your mid-range. Put that right here so you don't forget it. I've told you 5,000 times. But now let's find 41 to 55. That's 96. Half of 96. 48. Okay. So we're adding 7 right here. So subtract 7 right here. 62. Half of 7 is 3. 44. 51. 58. And 65. Now I know I'm not right on the center, but does it matter since we're putting a box on a number line? No. If you want to make it decimal wise, good. So our gray, I don't think I have gray, so I'm going to use black, is 56. And our yellow is 65. Indicator number 15. Y'all hear it out there? 65. 65 is right here. And 67 is right here. And it looks like to me, we got a little bit, what? Skewed left. Now please write down all that so I can transfer it over to the answers, please. Oh my God, turn the crap off. God, that is so annoying. Why don't you just hang a sign around your neck that says I have no hair or short or we ain't gonna go there.
Are you not driving your truck here anymore?
No, it's in the shop getting tires. Because I'm not going to get on the road without a good set of tires and mine about wore out.
You drive that little smart car up there.
Yeah, right, whatever. I'll drive a go-kart to school before I drive one of those things. All right, so write it down. Everybody got it written down? I want to kill as many trees and many animals as I can, man.
Drive the track.
Yeah.
The biggest one you got.
Yeah, man. Try to destroy the earth is what I want to do.
Four-lane highway.
Do you have horses?
Stay in the
I
fast
did.
lane.
I sold them. I get tired of them. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Ride a horse up here, and then somebody will bitch about slipping on horse manure. I mean, you can't win with these people. They want organic farming, and then you spread chicken litter for fertilizer, and they bitch about the smell. I've raised cattle. Oh Lord, there goes indicator number 27.
They gotta crest it. They gotta crest it.
I wouldn't doubt it. Indicator 25 or 26. They do things to their car to make it look human, or they do things to their car to make it look stupid.
All right, let's get back to the test.
I am. I got a whole book. I got to write that book. Indicator number 23. Now I can't think. All right, so what's the 5-number summary? Give me the numbers. Okay, 41. I got it on my drawing right there. 41. What's the next one?
56.
56. 56.
65. 67. 69.
Which one is it? It looks like this one. A is an alpha. Because you're looking for one thing, the median bar. The median bar will tell you more, and you're looking for center. And our median bar is to the right of center. This one's to the left of center. This one is about center. So that kind of narrows it down a little bit, doesn't it?
A.
Now, which one is it? A, thank you. And we feel good about ourselves. So we don't have to hang a sign around our neck that says we're dumbasses. Okay. So don't put on too much makeup, women, because that's y'all's only indicator. Determine whether the variable is qualitative or quantitative. This is the one I told you that y'all would miss. Okay? So number of cars owned. Quantitative, Hubert. Yes, because you are counting. So which one says quantitative? I ain't going to read all of them. Numerical measure, thank you. Numerical measure means you can count, add, subtract, multiply, divide, find the average of. That's what that means. Number 2, most missed bonus question. I still don't understand. I understand how they missed the first one. Number 1, I'll show you that one. I don't understand how they missed this one, unless they're just non-cognitive. If you miss a question on Hubert's test and you believe it is correct and you want to challenge it, how do you do it? B as in Bravo. C is what y'all do. Send me several emails with the last one saying, hello, why do I not respond to your emails half the time? Because I've already told you what to do. So if you send me one after this one saying I've got it, I'm just going to ignore it. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Find a standard deviation. You can do that. We're going to move on. I'm trying to show you different ones. Number one, most missed bonus question. Why would you pick 30, 30, 30? It doesn't equal what? Why would you pick it? But that's what students do. Compute the range. Well, let's see. Where's the highest one? 6.4? Somebody take 6.4 and subtract 1.6. I can't do it because I'm holding those two in my head right now. I'm what?
4.8.
Thank you. Next. Okay, here's one. What does this mean right here? Draw the damn curve is what it means. Draw it. Do it. We're going to do this one because there's probably 2 or 3 on the test like this one. This is 100% empirical rule. 100% empirical rule.
English.
Rule. I'm speaking English. Powdersville. I live in Belton. Belton? Where in the hell is Belton? I know where Belton is. You can always tell those people. They're the ones that pronounce OIL correctly. I'm from Honeypath. Man, nobody from Honeypath pronounce Honeypath with 4 syllables. Anybody in here from Honeypath? Are you? You ain't from no Honeypath.
Yes, I am.
You from Honeypath? Does anybody say Honeypath?
Yeah.
Do they do?
Yeah.
But are they from there?
Yeah.
You're kidding. Wow. Usually people don't pronounce it like
I
that.
was supposed to go to Dixie.
Huh? Honeypath. Everybody says Honeypath. They don't say Honeypath.
I say.
Or how about Powdersville? Anybody from Powdersville? Powdersville. The people from Powdersville, do they say Powdersville? I don't think there's even really an R in it, is there?
PHP.
Oh well, I'll shut up. Here we go. So you should be able to do this, like this, and just draw it out. Of course, you might get smart, like some people, and already have it drawn. But that would require y'all to do extra work. 115, 130, 145, and 160. Y'all check my math. 85, 70, and 55. 0.15, 2.35, 13.5, 34, 34. 13.5, 2.35, and 0.15. I have too many. That's what messed me up. I have too many of these. There. There we go. Now, I'm done. All I got to do now is I've got to do the empirical rule. So 55 and 145. So I'm going to add up, take my handy dandy blue marker, and I'm going to add up all the numbers between 55 and 145. So somebody add up all those numbers. Well, it's basically
99.85.
yeah.
Hi there. It's currently 10:55.
Well, we're going to go a little bit further, so y'all keep me.
61 degrees
Let's see, class is over at 11 what?
Fahrenheit, and the
11
low is
what?
63 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's weather shows that
That's 11.
I don't believe that. Are you serious? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure somebody ain't lying to me. All right, so that's going to be 0.15 and 0.15 is 0.30, so that'd be 99.7. So 99.7. 85, take another color, let's do green or red, and let's do 85 to 115. Well, that's simple, 68. And last one is greater than 130, so take our green marker, and greater than 130, 5%, or I'm sorry, 2.5%. There's your answers. That's 100% empirical rule question. Remember, when it says mean and standard deviation, draw the curve. So that's 99.7, 68, and 2.5. Check answer. We feel good about ourselves.
It's supposed to be 99.85, but okay.
99.85.
I think so.
No, I think you did.
I think the middle ones are wrong.
It's less than 85 and greater than 160.
Oh, I thought it meant between 85 and 115. I'm sorry. Somebody give me the answer to B then. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I read the question wrong. Big deal. Good God. What is it?
It's 30, I think it's 32.
I think it's 30. I said 32. Yeah.
32?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate you telling me and not laughing. Oh, you broke your leg. Okay, this is find the population mean, sample mean. Now be careful here. What does it say right here?
Population.
So don't pick X bar. What do you pick? The Greek letter. Population, Greek letter. That's two questions in one. Determine whether this is quantitative, is it discrete, or continuous. Number of students in a class. Do you measure or do you count? Count. And which one's discrete and countable? Which one? A. Next. Does Schubert replace your lowest test grade with the final exam? There's only one answer. No. Although covered, how's the best way? Cell phone. Email him a week after grade turn-in. That works really well. That usually gets you a quick response. B, a 0 has been placed. I'm trying to go. I'm just going to keep on going. Well, no, I'm not. I want to show you something. I do not do extra credit at the end of the semester because I'm mean and I don't like you. Next. What should a student do if something happens? Communication. There'll be another math. There'll be some more math questions. There's another math question, and this is standard deviation. I know, I got 5 minutes. Standard deviation. A company frequency distribution represents a square footage. Approximate the mean and standard deviation. They give you a table. Do it in an Excel spreadsheet. A student does not complete a homework assignment. What grade will be put in that place? 0. I'm trying to get there. When does the homework terminate? Toward the end. And if you take he takes the highest. Now, even if you skip or don't know some problems, you can still make, I didn't do 4 problems, and I still made 83. Somebody will fail the test with less than a 20. Anybody want to bet me? Okay, any questions? Now y'all got all y'all need. You've got your due dates, so some of y'all can go home and get under the covers and just be so cozy now that you have your due dates. Do you know how many people out of each class, there's usually about 5 or 6, that they suffocate until they get those due dates? I don't know why. But anyway, I'll shut up. I'm just going to say everybody's here today because I don't